Obesity, very much a current issue that's on the rise. It's now predicted that north of 25% of adults are obese, 40% of adults are overweight. That's a BMI of 25 plus. Now, the causes of obesity stems from one main reason, and that's energy balance. How much we put in to our body and how much we burn, or how much we actually output. So, because our body's just like a car, we fuel it, we then use it. If we put too much fuel in and we don't actually burn it off, we'll have excess fuel sitting and waiting, and that's fat. We store unused energy in our adipose tissue as fat cells or triglycerides. So there's two reasons. We have too much coming in, or we don't have enough going out. So food or energy coming in, that's from our food. We might be over-consuming just by eating too many things, even if they are, proclaimed good foods or superfoods or hyperfoods or whatever sort of spin you want to put on them. If we're eating too much of them and putting too many calories into our body, then we're burning off. We will conserve or store that excess energy as fat inside of our bodies. Now, a factor which doesn't actually help overconsumption is poor diet. Some foods are notoriously bad for being very calorific or high calorie for a low weight or low gram or low size. For example, butter. A very small amount can contain high amounts of calories, but because it's only small, we don't get that sense of feeling full. So we eat more and more and more, not necessarily butter, but we turn to other foods to get that sense of fulfillment or that sense of feeling like we've met our appetite. So that's a poor diet, which can sort of exacerbate the problem of overconsumption, which leads to becoming out of balance. The other side of the equation is actual output. And the first thing is we're not doing enough physical activity. So we may not be active in our job. We may not be active in our lifestyle. So do we walk up the stairs, or do we take the escalator? Do we go for a jog when we get home, or do we just choose to sit down, chill out, and put on the TV? Actually burning or actually being active and causing our muscles to actually move and perform, that's what requires energy. That's what's going to increase our output. And if we can increase our output even just a little bit, and we can get closer to being in that energy balance, we're more likely to stay the current shape that we are, or even if we overperform and we actually outweigh our energy in, that's when we start to lose weight. Very simply. The sort of thing that doesn't really help out overperforming or increase energy output is socio-economic factors. Because of the financial costs linked with participating in sport, be it a gym membership, be it subs for playing for a team, or the supplements or the kit or all the gear and all the gear that goes with being a sport participant, there's loads of financial costs associated with that. So for those in a low socioeconomic situation currently, they may find it harder to actually break through and become a sporting participant. So that might prevent them from increasing their energy output, which will keep them in that out of energy balance. They're not going to be able to up their energy output, and they're going to keep on increasing their energy input. So that's obesity. A couple of the negatives: it's on the rise, 25% in adults, 40% of adults are now considered overweight. That's a BMI of 25 plus, and it all stems from that energy balance. Energy in, energy out. How can we stop that or convert that going back the other way? Decrease the amount we put into our body, increase the amount that we need through participation of sporting activities.